Yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in Week 2. And it was the Bears getting the road victory, so they'll look now to take the season series here at Soldier Field. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They try again with Cohen. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
After the sack on first down, Rodgers to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He's got Lewis. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. They pick up 10, but it will still lead to a 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long. Kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
The kick by Crosby is good, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Fields now to throw. He gets this to Jones over the middle. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first. The Bears at 500 hit 6-6. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First down, a run with Cohen. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago! Cole Kmet, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Santos with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. got a man. It's Tunyon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Rodgers now on first down. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Dillon now on 1st and 10 to the 27-yard line.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He put that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
To the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. They'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A.J. Dillon with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers have retaken the lead. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Cohen, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up. And
they're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Oh, and now some spaced operating. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Cohen gets it again on 2nd. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will knot us up at 10. So the interception set off a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Fields. Man open, here is Jones. Touchdown, Chicago! Velus Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as they have taken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You called it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as it kicks away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Fields. This is caught. Touchdown Bears. Darnell Mooney as the first half is winding down. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Santos with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. This is caught inside the 15. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And it's caught. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will finish off this third quarter of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On play action, Rodgers. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. That's going to be caught downfield by Lazard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big pickup of 38.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. Down to about the 23.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Now it's Rodgers. He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go as a gain of 4. And just like that, it's 3rd down. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
And he's got it. And it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40, past the 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Bears. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the 3rd quarter. And boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Working from the gun, Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles. At that time, a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
Now Dillon on the inside give. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
On first down, Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Running up the middle, here's Dillon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 12-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And the Bears are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Cohen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. He's up to the 20. Big strides, look at him go. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The offense on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Now Fields. Throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 15. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
On the sneak, Rodgers. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
From the gun, it's Dillon. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run once more with Dillon. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And they get the guard, John Runyon. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Able to find Lazard. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Packers. Normally, we're used to seeing Aaron Rodgers drive his guys down the field in the fourth quarter. There, not so much, really didn't have to. Put the ball on the money, let your receiver do the rest.
Yeah, normally we see him operate with surgical precision, don't we? Pass here to a receiver, pass there to a receiver. This time, he just went ahead and gave him the dagger, didn't he? Deep shot downfield.
Big shot now. Is there too much time on the clock, though?
That is the key to everything, but you take the touchdowns when you can and tell your defense make it stand up.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. This thrown quickly out to Jones. 7 yards there and a first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll run up the middle with Cohen. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. A run between the tackles with Cohen. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Back to throw. Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Fourth down. Fields has to have this one. Crossing route, and he hits his man. It's Jones. And he is going to have the Bears first down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Now Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly. He's got a man complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. To throw is Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last two snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And it's incomplete. Rodgers has done it before, but he won't get the connection here, and the ball game is over.